Hey subbies and friends, this is Lady T. Now y'all know I usually do not talk in my videos because I'm here just to show y'all my hairstyles, right? But I was really trying to avoid responding to this, but I think, why not put my lovely 2 cents in on this Taren916 issue? Um, where do I begin? First of all, there's so many opinions being expressed, and it's a beautiful thing because we learn from difference of opinion. I appreciate Taren's video because anytime someone who's higher up or who has access to more of the, what should I say, someone who has access to more of the, I guess, more parameters in YouTube. She has 90,000 subscribers. And anytime someone's able to give us some perspective when they're all the way up here in terms of numbers, it's great because it gives you something to look forward to, something to look into, something to know. It gives you insight. It's and it prepares you for whatever's to come in your channel. And I think people should think like that. You should, if you have a channel, you're doing videos consistently enough where it's like more than a hobby. It's actually a business. You're trying to make those videos good. A hobby is something you do for pure pleasure, and you just do it, and you're really not always analyzing, critiquing it. And if you're sitting there really trying to make high quality videos, you're investing in a camera, you're investing in doing so much, you're planning out your videos, you're working, honey. And you probably will eventually get more subscribers, and it's just natural. It's not, I heard someone say it's by luck that people have so many subscribers. No, it's not by luck. People don't subscribe to people because they just have nothing else to do. People subscribe to people because they have value. Taren makes a very valid point. However, there's certain things that the way she does it, I was a little off about. And the best way for me to explain how I felt is, you ever go to work and you see someone, okay, you ever go to work and your boss comes to the office venting about his boss, saying, oh, I hate this job, I hate this, why is this? And you're a subordinate thinking like, how the heck am I supposed to help you? Why are you telling me this? You know what I mean? I kind of got that feeling from the video. It's like I was watching it, and she warned us. She said this is a rant. So if you're going to sit and watch it, be prepared. We all know when people vent, 9 times out of 10, you're sitting there just with your hands crossed like, when is it going to be over, right? But that's the feeling I got. I got this feeling like, why is she telling us, the viewer, the powerless, the people who have done nothing to her, this? And I'm not saying in a way like a blame game. I'm saying in a way that, Taren, you have some very valid points, but these are points you should probably take up with the companies who you aspire to get money from. I would recommend, honestly, I think it's smart what she's doing. I mean, everyone should have a sense of their value. You know what they say, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That reigns true in every situation. If you don't have a plan, people are going to treat you however they want to treat you. That goes as far as people, and it definitely goes with businesses which are run by people. Okay, let's keep that in mind. So what Taren is doing is essentially saying, I know my value. I know that you're making money off of me. So let's just look at it this way. If I have 90,000 subscribers and I send you only, let's be nice and let's be realistic and say I only send you 10%. 10% of my 90,000 subscribers actually go into your website and buys the product that I'm reviewing, whether I like it or not. They just like seeing it on my hair. If I go, let's give her, let's be a little on the safe side and say 10%. That's 900 bottles of your product you just sold. And if you're selling them for $10, okay, 900 times 10, you just made $9,000 off of my simple review. So she has every right to be, I think it's great that she's aware of this and she's taking into consideration her worth. You can never, ever, let's stop there. That right there, I applaud. That's great. That's how she should be looking at things. That's how anybody who someone's contacting, you should always wonder and have insight into, why are they contacting me? The obvious thing, we know why they're contacting you, because they know you're going to promote their product. And shouldn't you be compensated for promotion? The question is it really enough that they're sending you something free? Let me tell you something. I've worked in retail. It ain't that big a deal to get rid of products and to lose out on a couple products. That's not huge. And I'm not saying we need to be making these companies, how hurt or whatever, or taking, my whole thing is if a person doesn't feel that that's enough for them to send them a product free, it's fine. And maybe she doesn't even like doing reviews. Maybe deep down she don't want to do them, and maybe the flack that comes along with it is not worth it. I must say, I remember when I first started watching YouTube videos for hair, I never knew that there was hair videos, and I would watch, and I remember I came around the time Kimmy Tube was a little mad about, I must have did a product review. I don't remember what it was for, but she did a product review, and she mentioned she would never do it again because of all the flack she got, because people were telling her all kind of stuff about just treating her as if she was disingenuous. And I was just like, why does she care so much? Why is this so much that she won't even do a product review? She won't even, whatever. I didn't get it. You know what I mean? And I really never thought about it again. But when Taren is now talking about it, it's just like, you know, it makes you wonder, what is it? And yeah, she did a very long video, you know, but I think her ultimate point was, know your worth. That's why she said that. Know your worth. We are making these companies know at least that we are, when they contact you, you have an effect on their sales. Why shouldn't you expect more? And I think Taren has every right to feel that way. But what she has to realize is just because you feel that way doesn't mean that everyone's going to band together and say, oh no, they didn't pay, they're not paying us enough, so we're not going to do reviews. Some people actually enjoy doing product reviews, and you can always tell the ones who enjoy doing them, because I enjoy watching them. I don't even, if you ever watch me, any of my videos, I'm not a big product junkie. I know better, to be honest. I'm not trying to down anybody, but when you understand how basic ingredients work, there's only so many ingredients that even have an effect on a hair strand. So I'm not going to go pay for more money when I know I already have products that I can just add something to, and it's going to give me the results I'm looking for. That's ultimately where everybody should be trying to be. But that's a whole nother subject. But I don't watch reviews to go buy the product. I actually watch them just to see how people are applying the product and what it's doing to their hair. And just, why not? It's free information. And that's how we as viewers, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not all versed on the terms, vlogger, you know, viewers. I'm going to say viewers. That's how us as viewers should be looking at it. This is just information, neither bad nor good. And if you want to be obsessed and consumed with whether someone's getting paid, you're distracting yourself. You're missing the point. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. This person is providing you information. They're taking their time and they're showing you something. And you make the decision. Is it worth me buying or is not? You know, and a lot of times I like reviews because it gives me exposure to a product. Now that this natural thing is taken off, and that's a whole nother subject, products are coming out of the woodworks like crazy. Everywhere I go, I see a new product for natural hair, and I'm loving it. I think it's great, because the thing is, people are starting to step their game up. As a consumer, we're demanding these companies indirectly to step their game up. I go to certain stores and I see something geared toward natural hair. I immediately look at the ingredients and I notice that it's a more natural, better, higher end, or yeah, by higher end product ingredients. And they're doing it because they're very much in tune with YouTube. You had to believe, if you think for 1 second that these people aren't in tune with YouTube, you're just not aware, you know. But I'm gonna tell you like this: before Kimmy Tube was really made people realize, in my opinion, I'm not going to say it's all because of Kimmy Tube, because there's plenty of people before her who she's actually mentioned she looks up to, who've been doing this and who have reached long hair goals before she did. But my thing with her that was different, she did it in a very strategic, business-minded way, and that's why it's effective. You know what I mean? She was very clear in her videos, and she was very to the point. She didn't waste her time with the chivalry. You know what I mean? That can be distracting. And what I'm saying is, so many people are wasting time with the chivalry. You're sitting here focusing on, oh, she's getting paid. Oh, how could she think so highly of herself? What are you talking about? You know, it's a basic principle of life. People do not treat you how you deserve to be treated. People treat you how you allow them to treat you. And that goes with business as well. If you don't demand a business to pay you how you feel is fair, why would they? They're going to pay you what they think is fair. They're going to compensate you how they think that you should be compensated, whether you got $90,000 or not. They're going to treat you and what Taren is saying, in my opinion, is that they're treating her and certain bloggers or whatever as if they are equal. You're going to come to me with someone who's going to give you maybe 2 sales, and I might give you 900, and you're coming at me expecting the same thing. You're only trying to give me a product. Do you realize my value? I feel like that's what she's saying. So many people are taking it like, oh, how dare she think this? This is YouTube. What do you mean this is YouTube? This is an avenue for creation. This is an avenue for business. This is an avenue for money, honey. If you don't know that, then you just don't know, you know. And if you don't know, you should know. Get to know. And I think it's wonderful. So many more people are becoming business minded. Look at how much room there is. There's never going to be all the creativity and all the money will never be taken up. Okay. So when you see somebody making money, get inspired. I don't get people who get mad and jealous. That's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. You can do everything that anybody else can do and more. Don't you understand that? So when you see somebody asking for more, you should be inspired. You should say, that's great. You know, this is a person who feels that they're valuable. You know, and people, I don't get it. Maybe I'm just optimistic or unrealistic when I think that I can't stand people who think that who don't know their worth, who sit around going, I can never do that. I would never do that. And that's how I look at her video. And the reason why I responded was because I'm seeing so many people acting uncomfortable. And maybe YouTube, maybe because I came on YouTube late and I'm used to people talking business and you know, that's just normal for me. And the reason I stumbled upon the natural hair video was by accident. You know, I was researching something else and I happened to see girls talking about their hair. And I'm like, what? And then once I started watching, I couldn't stop. And I had braids in my hair. And I said, wow, I'm going to take these braids out and start doing my hair. I didn't never know what to do with my hair. So let's not forget that underlying principle of how much these women have helped us. We get so caught up in like, because there's such a surplus, we forget. I mean, where would you be? Okay, let's not get, I don't want to get deep on y'all, but we walking so many, you know, black people, black women, we have been buying hair products out of control. Okay, this ain't nothing new. And finally, we get into a point where we can buy hair products and know that they actually work. We were getting played by these manufacturers, and we still getting played. And our Taren is saying, yo, hold on. You know, I know that if I recommend or even look at your product, if I even put it on my hair, even if I don't like it, somebody else might, and you're going to get a sale. And you don't even want to give me some type of compensation? This is my life. This is what I do for a living. So many people want to, because you don't think highly of yourself. And I think, I'm sorry to say, I think that's where it comes from. Because people who think highly of themselves understand other people who think highly of themselves. You know, and people who don't think that highly of themselves don't like people because it makes them feel as if something's wrong with them. But I'm going to say it like this. All Taren is saying is, you know, why wouldn't you compensate me? If you were making a commercial and you wanted to sell your product, you would set aside money. You do have money allocated for advertising. Where do I fit in? That's all I feel like she's saying. She's learning this business. She's not a genius. She doesn't know. She never intended for this to be her career, and she's just navigating her way through it. She's saying, you know what? I'm noticing that when people are buying these products and these people are constantly contacting me and I'm not feeling good about doing these reviews. When whatever her situation is, it's clearly something that's creating discontent for her. Okay, and that's how I took it. So really, when I first saw her vent, I heard it and moved on. I didn't really even think about it. I did think about Kimmy too. I'm not gonna lie. I said this is the same stuff she was saying when I first came on YouTube 2 years ago, and people was thinking she was crazy and uptight because she didn't want to do product reviews anymore. And I really sat there for a moment. I remember thinking, I wish Kimmy too would come back, not so much as a naturalista, but as someone who talks about business, because that's what Kimmy too's gift is. She's someone who's very, she's a business mind. That's her thing. She loves being, people call her cold. I don't call it cold. I think she's just to the point. She knows why she's there and she knows when to leave. Businesses have a mission statement. Every single business has a mission statement. And what I want to ask you people is, what's your mission statement? If you're on YouTube, are you here just because you want to have fun and you just want to show your hair? That's great. But there's going to come a time, if you're loving it that much, I promise you, there's going to come a time where other people are going to be flocking to you. And you're going to see your YouTube and your subscribers growing. You know what I mean? And you're going to have to start looking at your little hobby and the things you're doing as different. You're not going to still be able to look at it like, especially when you find yourself answering emails for hours, doing videos that take longer. You're feeling like you're working. You should, if you have a little bit of sense, start to think, man, what do I want to do with this? Do I want to take it to the next level? And then when people start contacting you, asking you to do product reviews, and they're putting all these restrictions and guidelines into it and stuff, and you're like, okay, I'm glad you gave me a free product, but you're putting me to work. So all I'm saying is, we need to kind of relax. I think it's great when someone steps outside the box and we have to look at the video for what it is. She's just giving us insight. My advice to Taren is this. You made some great points. I wasn't offended by one thing. I can understand how some people may say it's arrogant, it's cocky. Guys, this is Taren's life. She can be as cocky, as arrogant as she wants. And I don't think it was cocky or arrogant. People don't like people who are sometimes bold. You know what I mean? You know, people don't take stuff bold well all the time. But you made some great points. I love that you said, why can't you create a link where people who purchase my product, your product, can click on that link and I get a percentage? Very fair and reasonable. And Taren, I want to say this to you. Most companies already have that. If you go to most company websites and go all the way to the bottom where they have all that information, where it's contact and you know, all this different thing, you might see a link for affiliate marketing, affiliate program, where you can sign up and you can put the link there yourself. What, you know, you don't have to wait for these companies to offer it for you. What you should do, to me, naturally, if you know you want to be a product guru, like you might want to do products, and this is for anybody, go to a website, go to L'Oreal.com, go to any of these Revlon.com, and most of them, if you go to the very bottom of the site, you'll see that they have you know, affiliate marketing. And all affiliate marketing does is it means you're affiliated with us. You have co-signed our product. You like our products and you're going to help us sell them. Not saying you're going to sit there and sell them all day, but if you know you're going to talk about L'Oreal, why not sign up for the program? And so when people go buy it, they can click through your link. And now you're going to get a percentage of that. I'm not saying it's going to be a lot, but when you have 90,000 subscribers, boom, you know. So that's what I would recommend to Taren. Don't go begging these companies to do anything. And if you're going to ask them for anything, do it professional. Write them out a letter. Say, this is what I want. This is what I think I'm worth. And when you write that letter, don't just write it because you got 90,000 subscribers. That's a great start. But tell them how it's going to affect them. Say, like I said, if 10% of people purchase your product from my site, 10% of my 90,000, you just sold 900 products. And if you happen to see a trend where it's more than 10%, prove it. Show these companies. I recommended this product. You can show these companies, say, you know, I recommended this product and this is what they sold. This is what I'm worth. See, like you said, worth has a number. I don't know how true that is, but I'm sure I don't know what number you're talking about, but I know worth, you can prove your worth. You can definitely prove. If you're going to ask these companies for something, you can't do it in a way that's almost whining. And I'm not saying you were whining because I know you said it was a rant. I know you said it was a rant, and it was a rant. But when you're talking business, you got to come in there like you ready to win. You can't come to these companies acting like sad and acting kind of emotional. You got to come on like, look, this is my worth. You believe that people have a value has a number, prove it. Say, this is what I'm worth. You can't just prove it because you have 90,000 subscribers. You have to show them how my subscribers support me. This is what happens when I review a product. This is what happens when I mention something. This is what their numbers want to start investigating it and proving it. That's what's going to make them feel you're worth them paying you more. But if you're only basing it on the fact that you're popular, they can find another popular YouTuber easily, you know, who doesn't care about how much they're getting paid. But when you start showing them those figures, you know, they're going to be, it's amazing how people are so quick to think that people won't do things. Trust me, if you bold enough to make a video like that, be bold enough to say, you know what, I would personally take the video down. I would take the video down because you know what? The video is not effective for the person you're trying to talk to. The people who are, I'm not telling you to take your video down. I'm just saying, if this is a business thing, treat it like a business thing. Don't treat it like a social thing. Don't treat, because when you put it on your YouTube channel like that, it makes people feel as though, like I said, I felt like my boss was walking in the room telling me they hate their job and I can't do anything about it. So you're putting the burden on your subscribers. It's almost like you're trying to create an uproar, and you are creating an uproar, but is it going to change your situation? Is it going to make you get the results that you're looking for? Or is it just going to make everybody have a debate and a discussion? If that's what you want, just more numbers and views, you're going to get it. But I think that you make a great point, and you may even inspire other people who are high up. And maybe they don't know where they fit in with these product reviews. They don't know how to juggle it. I would love to see you contact these companies, maybe even go to their websites and look at their affiliate links. They're always, most beauty supplies especially have an affiliate link program. You know, there's so many ways to make money online. Don't limit yourself just to like, you know, you can do what you're doing if you create like I would say, write it out, send it out. Even if you sent a video to them expressing yourself, take the time to prove yourself to why you deserve extra money. You use the very general scenario, you have this many subscribers, I have that many subscribers, so I am inherently should be getting paid more. That's not good enough. You have to prove it. Anytime there's a business or you're trying to look for promotion or more, and for me personally, if someone's telling me, you know, I have this many subscribers, for me to even mention you, I need to have, I'm like, okay, you know. But all I say is I think it's great what she's doing. I would love to see her go to the businesses in a very professional, reasonable way. And if they take it, they don't. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. And it's not hurting anybody who doesn't get paid by doing product reviews. So I don't want it to go into this whole let's make a movement and everybody stick together and tell these companies. I've been watching so many videos, and it's just amazing to me how people just focus on one or two things and they don't see the big picture. People are so quick to say what they liked about a video, but then they'll say what they don't like. It is not about us. You know, that's the messiness of the video, and that's why you're, in my opinion, you're receiving all this useless information, because people don't understand. Nobody really, most people don't have 90,000 subscribers on YouTube, and most people don't even use YouTube as a business because, one, they don't know better, and two, they don't want to put in the work. It's work. If you're going to use this as a business, it is work. You have to be involved. You have to be in tune with the different avenues that exist on the internet. It's only going to help you. So then you don't even feel the need to even do product reviews because you don't have to. And I'm going to use KimmyTube again. Because I remember I was like, because I've been researching this stuff and learning about product ingredients, I would not ever buy someone's product because I know it cannot be that different from any other product. There's only a handful of ingredients that you can even use on here that is even effective. But again, that's another story. But I was surprised she did a product line, but I think it's smart because no matter how much information that girl give out and how much she tell people her routine is basic, they still want a product. They still want her to tell them, I use this product, I use that. That's what y'all want as consumers and viewers. You want someone to give you an easy fix. No matter how much they tell you, I use grease and water. No matter how much they tell you, I use aloe vera gel and this, you still think it's complicated. So therefore, and I think it's smart of her to create a product line. And hey, you want a product? There you go. You know, if you think I keep telling you, this is KimmyTube saying, in my mind, I keep telling you that it's not my hair product, it's my hair regimen that makes my hair grow, but you keep thinking that it's a product, so I'm going to give you what you want. But that's a whole nother story. So Taren916, I applaud your courage. You're very strong. You strike me like a very sweet person, and you know, you don't bring things up for drama. You bring them up just to talk about them. And unfortunately, because you have so many people linked through you, it's a curse and a blessing, because you have to realize you're right. You do have to realize your worth, and you need to realize also your responsibility. It's deeper than just worth. You have to realize that when you say certain things, it has an effect on people, and it's not always going to be positive. And some things you have to weigh and say, is it worth my time? Is it worth my agony? Is this the people who I should be telling this to? Honestly, in my opinion, the only thing I did think was weird about the video is I felt it shouldn't have been so public. It should have been something you took up with the people who you have a problem with, or you don't think is treating you how you deserve to be treated. Because it almost reminds me of how people go behind people back and talk about them, but you ain't solving the problem. You know, you're only almost making it worse. But I think that if you are going to talk about this whole I think you said the ugly side of the YouTube business or something. I don't think it's the ugly side. I think that's just business. People are always going to try to get things the easiest way they can, and they will only step it up unless you make them. These businesses aren't trying to hurt anybody or be mean or be cheap. They're just feeling like, hey, these girls like to talk about products. Why not give them to them? You know, so we got to keep things in perspective and be careful, because you are a business. You are trying to represent yourself as a personality in a business, and you don't want to get on people's bad side. You know, I'm not saying you got to kiss anybody's butt, but it will benefit you to get along with people and to be mindful of be in tune with what your point is. If your point is to get money, you don't mind the company, you just want to be compensated correctly, then keep that focus in mind, and keep that, don't distract yourself from that. Don't, by just creating this, you know, I don't want to say drama, but creating a situation where companies are viewing you as if you're difficult, or as if you feel that it's beneath you to kind of, and I'm not saying I feel that, but I know how the average person thinks. And you have to be able to think of that. And that's where responsibility comes in play. You have to be aware of how the average person thinks. You can't think everyone thinks like you. You have to pay attention to patterns. You have to pay attention to how people respond to things. And I'm not saying you have to lie or sugarcoat, but you have to realize that with great power comes great responsibility. And with great numbers, you're dealing with so many different people. So if you're going to make a video about what's going on with the hair products, create it in a way where maybe people feel like it's going to benefit them. You know, maybe something that, if you know, whatever. But I feel like the main point of your video really was because you felt like you were being like bloggers. I really do feel like the main point of your video is you felt bloggers were being taken advantage of. And you, I'm sure in many ways, have great points. And some people may feel like, I think it's a great opportunity. These people are sending us products for free. It gives me content for my YouTube videos. And that's fine. That is completely fine. At the end of the day, it's all about perspective. If you feel deep in your gut that it's something wrong with the way they're treating you, and it is something wrong then, because you feel that way. You can't control how you feel. You have every right to demand from them what you want. And don't be discouraged that people are saying they're not going to pay her. They're just going to go to someone else. I would say use it as an experience. Create something that breaks down what you expect. Be very clear. If I were you, I would use examples of how I have increased people's sales, because you can't just assume that you're going to create it, because it makes you look a little bit I would say it makes you look naive. You can't just come to a business who's used to looking at results and charts and all that, predictions, and say, well, I have this many subscribers, and because she has 1,000, what if she has 1,000 and you have 90,000 and she still send 900 and you send 900? So value, like you said, is a number. Prove it. You know, that's the key. You have an idea, you prove it. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think everything you said is okay because it's what you feel. I just feel like it's unfortunate the way you did it, in a way, only because it's not creating the results you want. So I would say, you know, if I could have had it my way, if I would have loved to have seen you go to these sites. And even you can still do it. Go to these sites that you see sending you emails, and they may not tell you about their affiliate program, but check it out. See if they have it. Okay, and if they have it, sign up for it and then review the product and tell people. If you want to buy it, click my link. It'll help me. It'll help me get paid. You think people that's your subscribers don't want to see you get paid? I think most people want to see you do well. I mean, you guys, vloggers, so many of you have so much wealth of information that is invaluable. So it amazes me when people think that she's being haughty because she wants a certain amount. She could never put a dollar amount on her worth because there's so much information she has given beyond product reviews. You know, and what we have to remember, and what vloggers have to remember, is people are subscribed to you because you have value. They're not subscribed to you because you're pretty. They're not subscribed to you because you have pretty hair. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Those are parts of it. But people that are commenting and liking your video, those are people who are advocates for you. And they're going to want to see you do well. And remember that. Don't ever downsize yourself or feel bad because you expect to get paid for something, or you expect certain things. Because most of these people on YouTube are doing way more work than these people you see on the commercials, these people that you see on videos. These women are, all of us are giving our hair, our time, our space, and showing people things, the reality of it all. And where else can you find that? And yes, it has been great that YouTube has been a place where people just do it as a hobby, and most people aren't getting paid, and you don't have to worry about if stuff is it's tarnished or lying. But guess what? That's the real world. You have to take responsibility as a consumer, as a viewer, and know you have to be able to use discernment. You have to sit there and say, is this something I would want to use? You know what I mean? And if you don't like it, guess what? You can return it. You know what I mean? You don't have to keep the product. So why is there so much weight put on that? Oh, are they telling the truth? Who cares? This is reality. This is the real world. Every situation you go into, you should go into in a way that's analytical. I don't get why people put so much weight on these people that are just regular people. You know, they're not business people. They're not You know, and I feel like that's why I sympathize with Taren, is because she is someone that's just trying to understand this business and trying to seize every opportunity that comes her way. That's what people should be focusing on. How is Taren navigating through this thing? How is she dealing with the fame and with all this popularity? How is she dealing with these companies coming after her? Look at that and keep and pay attention to it, because don't get distracted by the chivalry. Don't get distracted by the stupid stuff like, oh, is she getting paid? Oh my God, how dare she? Those are distractions. Focus on the fact, watch how people that are higher up, what they're doing and how these companies are treating them. So if you ever become big, and I hope most people are thinking that way, and if you're not, you'll start to when you start getting more numbers. But I just think that people should pay more attention to what she's going through and what she's saying, and you know, in her, not just Taren, but other people, you know. And be grateful that people are open about it and sharing it, because a lot of people would never even take the time to analyze what they feel about what's going on. They just go with it. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't have a plan. They just kind of show up to the party, and they don't, then they're surprised when they finish at the back, when they're the last one leaving. You know what I mean? They're the last one to get stuff. You show up without a plan, then you're not, like I say, you don't have something to stand for, you'll fall for anything. And I think it's great to see somebody that's trying to go hard for what she wants. But I want her to go hard. I want her to go to these companies. Don't come to us because we can't do anything about it. Go to these companies, show them what you're worth, and make them think about it. Even if they don't do it, you won't make them think. And it is going to create a situation where people are going to start following you. But see, people follow people once they're successful. When you're in the middle of it, people don't really, they get uncomfortable. You know what I mean? When you're shaking things up, people are like, oh, I don't know, I'm going to wait. We'll see. But once you get successful, then everybody look at you like, wow. And I feel that's what's happening. I'm not trying to go there, but hey, I feel like when she was talking, I couldn't help but think of Kimmie too, because when Kimmie too was talking about it, people didn't know what to think, didn't know what to do, because it was a new avenue, a new territory. It was a new territory for so many people. But now it's coming back to haunt. And people probably looking in retrospect like, yo, maybe Kimmie too wasn't crazy. Maybe she was. There's a reason she was the way she was. You know, why this is why she didn't get involved in this mess. And I'm using her because she's the most identifiable person I can think of that most people in the natural hair community would recognize. But I just say, you know, Taren, keep doing your thing. I would love to see you write to them. Go check out these sites. Look for affiliate. You got to do stuff, affiliate links, and create an account. And then when you do review a product from that line, create that, put that link in your bottom, in your description. Tell your subscribers it's there, and the ones who want to support you will. You can't worry about the ones that don't want to support you, because guess what? No matter what you do, they will never support you. Some people just like that. So focus on the ones who do support you. And I would just say, go at it like a business, man. You got it in you. Just research and start looking into affiliate marketing. People who are successful on YouTube, not only YouTube, websites, selling things, anything. You got to be able to take responsibility for your own success. Don't think anybody's ever going to give you anything. You have to demand it. And that's the truest thing I can say. I just say, you know, guys, I would say people need to lighten up and be grateful that we have people out there that's really sharing this with us and trying to understand it. And that's the part that I'm enjoying watching, is people just trying to develop their businesses and trying to understand this world, because there's so much out there. There's so many different avenues to make money. Don't limit yourself. Hair product reviews, in my opinion, I wouldn't even waste my time with them, in my opinion, because I just am too in tune with how ingredients work. I can't even get myself excited about new products because I already know that there's only a couple ingredients. I'm not going to go into all that, but anybody who knows anything about product ingredients, you know that most of the stuff on the label is hype. And people do know that. That's why they're so reliant on these bloggers to share, because they know that the manufacturers can lie and say whatever they want. Okay, if you don't know, you better go to the FDA website and check it out, baby. But anyways, I just want to say that's it. I just wasn't going to reply to this, but I just felt compelled to. I felt like people were focusing so much on, oh my gosh, she's getting paid. How dare she ask for more? She's arrogant. And I'm just like, are you missing the point here? This is someone who is showing you something about business. She's showing you she doesn't understand business completely. Nobody ever said she was trying to be a business person. She's just trying to understand the business, and that's what you should be watching. Watch how she navigates. So if you ever decide to do something with your channel, because you don't know what the year or two will bring, and most people don't have the kind of subscribers she do, so don't take for granted what she's showing you. look at it like a rant video, because that's what it was. And I told Taren my advice. I feel if you're going to go after the businesses, go after them professional. If you see yourself as a business, treat yourself in a professional manner. You can't have the best of both worlds. That's the problem. You can't really have the best of both worlds. You either need to be more of a vlogger and more hobbyist, or more of a business person. You can't be in the middle all the time. Somewhere you got to overflow, because wherever you lacking, you're not going to get, like, if a business don't see you as professional, they're not going to come at you professional. And if the people viewing you don't see you as professional, they're not going to expect you to be making money from them. And I'm not saying I don't see her as professional. I do. I think she does a great job with her videos. I enjoy watching her videos. But I think that I just would love to see her go after the actual businesses. We shouldn't even have known about this situation, because in my opinion, it confuses a lot of people. It makes people feel like there's this problem, and it really isn't. It's just the only problem is how you feel you should be respected, and that's something you have to demand, and you are demanding it. I just say take it up with the people that can actually change the situation and fix the situation. And I would love to hear if she does get what she's asking for, and if she do, maybe even something as simple as learn how to get paid from links, So that was me talking, and Lord knows I don't usually talk, so this must have really been something I was compelled to do. So here you have it. Check me out. Still doing my videos with the hair, but had to just take a moment and weigh in. I hope everybody stay positive and don't take for granted the information and the people who have been doing this and committed to this for years. Don't let the pettiness distract you from the bigger picture, guys. All right, Lady T, see ya.